lots of experience holding babies. Well, that goat doesn't want to be held by you.
That little bleats.
That goat does not want to be held by you.
Well, Doris likes you.
Doris is just comfy cozy.
Well, we started with 10 guineas and we're down to 3. I just don't think guineas are going to be a good thing here. They're disappearing right during the middle of the day. If they were disappearing overnight, we could try to lock them up at night, but they're just disappearing during the day. I did see a pretty good sized bobcat back in the woods when I was hunting the other day, and I'm assuming that might be what's getting them, and I just don't know how to stop that during the middle of the day. So I just don't think guineas are going to be for us. Just too many predators here in the Ozarks. So we're going to clear this little area here. So we have the Smith family with us from Thousands of Roots. If you guys haven't checked out their YouTube channel, make sure that you go and check it out. They live in our area, so we're just kind of hanging out today, spending some family time together and giving them a tour around the farm.
Really cool.
Pretty much everybody is molting right now. The ducks are molting, most of the chickens are molting, which means like we're down to 1 or 2 eggs a day right now. But thank God for those quail, because we're still getting at least 3 eggs a day for the quail. So at least with my baking, I can kind of hoard them and then save them up. I've been using the quail eggs, like 3 quail eggs, to be the equivalent of a chicken egg in my baking. So.
Well, we had a good day hanging out with the Smith family from Thousands of Roots, but now it's time to get back to work. It's been so cold and rainy, and they're expecting a lot more of it coming up. But we've got some big things going on. Tomorrow's a day that we've been excited about, but we'd be lying if we didn't say we're nervous as well. We don't get nervous about many things around the homestead anymore, but tomorrow is going to be the very first time we butcher one of our own hogs. In the past, we've always taken them to the butcher. This year, we're doing them ourselves.
I think it's time for all of them to be done. They're eating about 50 pounds of feed a day between the 3 of them. So we're gonna start with one of ours tomorrow, and then we have a friend that we're gonna help them do theirs, and then we're gonna do our 3rd one shortly after. So really within the next week or week and a half, all of them will be done. And it's time. It's time. They're big.
So this big guy here, he's going to be our first one. He's going to go tomorrow. We'll come out tomorrow morning and give him one last meal, and we'll try to do it as humanely as possible. It's something that weighs heavy on us to try to harvest all of our animals as humanely as possible, which is one of the reasons we decided to do them ourselves. It's so stressful taking pigs to the butcher. They don't like getting into the trailer, and well, it'll just be a lot more calm and a lot nicer for them just to be here. So we may get some footage of tomorrow's, we'll see. Because it's our first one, our focus really needs to be on the pigs. The order that we're going to be doing them in is this one tomorrow, this one on Friday for one of our friends, and then this guy, or this girl, she'll be going next week. We have to watch the weather and kind of play around the weather because they're predicting snow at the beginning of next week, so we'll have to see how that goes. We also still have those Freedom Rangers to process next week as well, so it's a busy couple of weeks. I'm going to try to do one final weigh-in of these guys today and just see where they're actually at. But regardless of where they're at, it's time to go. We know that they're at the right stage, and the season is just wrapping up. So luckily I was still able to pull some things out of the garden that they planted for us, and bring out some cucumbers and things for them today, and so hopefully that'll distract them enough I'm gonna try to weigh the red one because she's the middle-sized pig. And she's probably the friendliest, so that'll give us a good baseline to know. But I did buy a scale, so when we hang this one tomorrow, it hangs between the tractor and the gambrel that we'll hang him on, so we can actually weigh it and see what our actual final weight is. So let's try to weigh this one and see how it goes.
With all the rain that we've gotten, you can see just how muddy everything is. We're figuring that that's probably going to be a challenge for us when we start butchering the pigs. But you know, Kevin and I are huge planners. We probably over-plan like every possible situation. So we think we have an idea of how to work around all the mud. Either way, we need to figure it out. But it may make for a much more interesting day tomorrow. We'll just roll with it. Is that nerdy pig math?
I guess so.
Pigs! You planted those cucumbers. We so appreciated you planting us a fall garden. It was a nice surprise. What'd you find out?
Well, I found out she's right where we want her to be. 262 pounds. So we always shoot for 250 to 300, and so she still has, you know, almost a week to go. So I think she's gonna be right there in the 275 range by the end of the week. And he's probably there now. He's not quite as tall, but he's a stocky guy. So I think he's probably at about 275, just looking at the two of them standing side by side. So that's exciting. It's been 3 years since we've had pork in the freezer, because this is the first year we've been able to raise it here in the Ozarks. And this has just been an amazing way to raise it. Giving them this whole area here with the electric wire. I know some of you were a little skeptical this spring when we started and said we were going to raise them with just the 2 strands of electric wire, but I can tell you this was an awesome way to raise them. We never once had them escape. They don't even try to test the wire. It's so easy to get in and out for us. You can step right over. The highest strand of wire is 15 inches off the ground. This is the only way I'll ever raise pigs again. When we used to raise them in Arizona, we just didn't have a choice. We had to raise them in a pen because we just didn't have the space, and it was a lot more work. This has been enjoyable for us, and most importantly, this has been really a great way for them. They really get to act like pigs. They're out here rooting around, eating, you know, the things off the ground, acorns and you know, just whatever they can find. And this is really a great life for them, and I just know that we're going to be able to taste that in the quality of the meat that we get from them. Getting all my knives sharpened for tomorrow. Just making sure we've got everything in order so we can get at it first thing in the morning. I'm not really nervous about the killing of the pig or gutting or skinning or any of that. The part that I'm a little nervous about is the, you know, cutting it up into all the actual parts that you cut, you know, that everybody wants pork to be. Pork chops and tenderloins and bacon and all of that. So, you know, I've been watching lots of videos on how to cure my own bacon and smoke it, so I'm pretty sure I've got a good handle on that. I found some great videos that I've been watching just on butchering, animals in general. There's a channel called the Scott Ree Project. If you guys haven't checked out that channel, he's over in England, but he's got, if you want to know how to cut something up into all of the exact cuts that you would get back from a butcher, he's got the most detailed, just awesome videos, and I'll leave a link below. I learned other animals from his channel as well, and so watching his pig videos have just been awesome. We've also been watching Al from Lumina Acres. He's did his pigs last year and did a full class on that. So he's had some good videos as well. I'll leave links to those below as well. So I'm nervous, but I'm not really nervous. I know we'll be able to get this done, and I know that by the time we get to that third one, we'll be able to get some good footage and show you guys as well. So I'm going to finish sharpening my knives and get a good night's sleep so we can get at this tomorrow morning. Hey, if this is your first time visiting our channel, this would be the perfect time to hit that subscribe button before you leave so you can follow along as we finish up these pigs, finish up the chickens, and all the other things that we've going on the homestead. Don't forget to share this on all of your social media with all the people that you think would enjoy it. And until next time, thanks so much for stopping by the homestead. Take care, and God bless.